In this query, I'm going to show you how to do a make table query and also an append query. Keep in mind that these are action queries used to add, change, or delete data, and these types of queries cannot be undone. All right, so I'm going to go back into the credit risk database, and I'm going to show you both how to do a make query and an append query. All right, so here is the credit risk table, and I'm going to go to the create query design, and I'm going to use the credit risk table, and I'm going to use it to make another table that only has the high risk customers. I'm going to choose the make query, or I'm sorry, the make table option up here at the top, make table. And I'm going to name the new table TBL high risk. And okay. And I want to choose all the fields, so I'm going to choose this asterisk, and that's going to automatically choose all of the fields for me. And then I'm going to go to the credit risk field, and I'm going to say I only want high risk individuals in this table, so I'm going to put high in this field and run query. Okay, so it's not happy with me, and the reason it's not happy is because I have the show field on here twice for the field credit risk, and so I need to uncheck it here. So let me uncheck that, and it's telling me I'm about to paste 211 rows into a new table, and I am okay with that, so I'm going to say yes. And now I have this new table called Table High Risk, and let's take a look at it. And we do see that over here now I have this new table, and credit risk is high for all of these individuals, and that's what I wanted, so I'm happy with that. Let me close this table, and I'm going to query. I'll save it as query make high risk table, and okay. Okay, so now I'm going to come back, and I'm going to, I have a lot of queries in here because I've been playing around a good bit. But anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to make another query to make another table for the low risk individuals. So I'm going to go to create query design. I'm going to start with my full table, the credit risk table. And again, I want all of the fields. And I only want the low credit risk individuals, and I'm going to remember to uncheck this box this time, and I'm going to say I want the low risk individuals in this table. And I will run the query. And I forgot to check the make table option, so we're going to do that again. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go to create query design, and again I want the table credit risk. I want all of the fields. I want to take only credit risk people that are low risk, and I want to tell Access that this is a make table query, and my new table name is going to be table low credit, or rather low risk. And I'm going to, oops, I'll click OK here, and I want to remember to uncheck this box. And yes, I do want to paste the 214 rows, so yes. Okay, so let's go now take a look at this table, and you see that we have 214 rows in our low risk group. And let's take a look at this column for credit risk. It is low. Let's look back at high risk. It is all high risk. There's 211. And this is the full set of rows. Those two combined do create the full table for table credit risk. You'll see this is 425, and those two rows sum together to make 425, the 211 from this table and the 214 from this table. All right, I'm working a little bit backwards to just show you some features in Access. So now I'm going to do another step where I'm actually going to go back now and I'm going to append these two tables using the append query to get us back to the full table. So let me start by making a copy of this table. I'm going to copy it and paste it. And I'm going to call this table all. Now really right now it's only the high risk group, but I'm going to use it in a minute in an append to append the low risk group to it, and then it will have all. So I'll call it table all risk groups. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an append to make this table back to the full table credit risk. So let's go to create, and actually I want to make sure I close these tables, because if I don't, I'm going to run into problems if I'm trying to append to a table. That just close all of this, and I'm going to go to create query design, and I'm going to start with the low risk table, because I'm actually going to take the rows in the low risk table and I'm going to append them. So I'm going to click the append option. I'm going to append those rows to the all groups table, because remember right now that only has the high risk group in it, or if you recall, it is a copy of the high risk table that we created earlier. It only has about half of the rows in it. So I'm going to click OK. And I want to come here now and I want to say I want all of the fields from the low risk table. So remember when you click the asterisk says grab all of the fields, and this automatically populated because I have already chosen the all risk groups that I want to append that to. All right, and so we will run, and I do want to append 214 rows, so I'm okay with that. So I'll say yes. And now let's go in and take a look at our all risk groups table. And you can see now that we have back to the full 425 rows. Okay, so a little bit of a silly task there, but just for the purpose of illustrating those two features for make table and append table, we took the credit risk table. From that we made two smaller tables, the high risk table and the low risk table. And then we use the append query to go back and append to a table that essentially is back to the original table that we had. Okay, so that is how you use the make table query and the append query.